Friday.
Johnny Noble 15 plus will be in my multi.
Nice.
Friday evening's game. My beloved Carlton taking on the Sydney Swans. The hated, garish, rubbish Sydney Swans. $1.50 for Carlton, $2.70 for Alex's beloved Sydney. $2.70.
The Swans' 3 captains have played more finals than your whole list.
That doesn't surprise me. We haven't played since 2013.
Yeah, it's hard to do, yeah.
The line is 12.5.
Yeah.
The over-under is 157.5, which is a
Which
fascinatingly
feels low
weird.
as well, but
They were
Hale is predicted, isn't
they
it,
were
or something?
under at the SCG earlier this year when they both stank.
It does feel like a repeat of the SCG game that Sydney won in round 11 this year?
11, 12, something
One
like
of the
that, yeah.
absolute nadirs of the Blues season. It was basically that loss and the Essendon loss where you're like,
I think the Essendon loss was worse.
this is horrible, but let's pack her up. But at the MCG, Sydney and Carlton just don't play there.
The Swans haven't beaten Carlton at the MCG since 1918, but I think they've played there 3 times since.
So tricky, but not that tricky.
Like Optus Oval, the Dome.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. I think Carlton beat them 2 years ago at Marvel.
Yeah.
Last year, start of the year.
And then this year, obviously Sydney beat them at the SCG. So player props for this one is a weird one because I think Carlton played so badly at the SCG this season that you can't really read a giant amount into it.
I think both teams are different now than what they were then.
yeah.
They were both so, because I think both of you and I were like, I don't want to write this, you don't want to write this. It was so
tough,
bad at
yeah.
the time.
We're splitting writing it. So.
Yeah, we've found
He's been running this one as well, yeah.
So I think Walsh is the one who stood up in that game
Yeah.
and then sort of, he was flying as well.
Cripps got tagged.
He had 31, I think Walsh did. So 30 plus for him at the moment is $1.87. Cripps was
that's not
tagged. He had 17 and 19 in his last 2 games against the Swans.
Yeah.
He does average 26 at the G. Like, it's just a different Cripps usually.
I reckon
at
they just sent
MCG.
Callum Mills to him.
It's going to be a weird one. So 25, the problem is there's not much value in 25.
No.
$1.62 for Cripps. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, I don't think I'd bother.
He might just get around that 24.
What I would
mark,
look at is the likes of Chera and Akers for the Blues, where you've got a little bit more space on the wings perhaps for both of them. Chera coming back, he had 24 at the G against Sydney, and that's $1.55. Akers, if he plays, he's still like one of the last dudes for them to name. 20 plus,
Yeah.
it's not going to be
I'll
great
back
value,
him for
but
that,
he'd
man.
probably hit it. That's probably a good multi-edition.
Yep.
25 if you're really feeling Akers, maybe Blewett, aka George Hewitt, aka former Swan.
I was going to talk about the other former Swan in Newman. Because
Hello, Newman.
if he's the one for me, he's 25 plus is $1.65, but he's been his intercept marking game that's sort of got the Blues going.
Yep.
He might cop that half forward tag. I'd love to know what the matchup is before going, yes, I want to back him at 25 plus. Because I think
Interesting,
if there's no tag, great multi-edition probably sets up a Carlton win. If it's like Ollie Florent or Ryan Clark tries to tag you from a half forward flank, I'm like, I'm going to leave that one alone.
Doc at 25 plus $1.40 as well. He got a week off against GWS, so he's had a couple of weeks off. For me, the Cripps thing as well, if it's wet, if it's gross, it means you might get Mark Pitnett in the ruck, a lot more stoppages perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe Cripps just in and under a lot more and suddenly he's gotten to 30. And you're like, here we go. So maybe the 30 plus for Cripps, if you want to go like the ulterior play, might be the pick. Charlie, 4 goals, $2.02. Just what are we doing here? That's nothing. $2, 4 goals.
Come on.
Kick 20 and away we go. 25 plus for Charlie. Jack Martin's the other one that I like a lot here. $2.50. He has had a great year. And $2.50 the 2 plus goals. Let's go. Swans, Alex, take it away for player props.
Well, it's a game pick to start off with. Swans over 73.5 total points in the game at $1.90. The Swans have averaged 89 points per game this season, and the Blues on average have let in 73 points this year. So I don't mind that at all.
Half point over that.
There we go. Yeah, right. Chumley is one of our favourites. Chad Warner. Since coming back from his injury, he's had 5 games back. He's averaged 23.3 possessions. But in his last 2 finals, obviously with the week off, he's had 51 disposals and 3 goals. He had 29 and 2 earlier this year against Carlton.
Jeez.
25 and a goal is $3.49. I think he's the one for Sydney. If he plays to that grand final level where the Swans got flogged, I was like, that's where the Swans go. Oh yeah, that's why we won that game, because of him. Isaac Heaney loves playing against Carlton. 19 or more in his last 6. Tag
really?
Cripps out of the game earlier this year. 20 plus is $3.60. He's kicked 2 or more goals in 6 of his last 7, and you're getting $1.90 about that. Of course, we've got to talk about Papley. He, like Doherty, rested when he had a bit of a niggle last week. 2 plus, he's done so in 4 of his last 5 finals. It's $1.90 for that. Jake Lloyd had 35 touches against Carlton last time, just going in halfback on, I'm going to stand in this hole in front of Charlie. Oh, another mark. He's got 25 plus in 4 of his last 5 as well. He's $1.88 to get that, but let's remember he had the 35 plus if you want to bump it up. And Ollie Florence, a bit similar to that. He's racked up 20 plus in 14 of his last 15 games in Victoria. And he's $1.70 to do that again.
Victoria.
And Will Hayward to kick a goal in the first half. I've gone away from the anytime, first half.
First half.
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh.
first half, $2.60. He's kicked a goal in 17 of his last 18 away games. And of course,
Oh, nice.
yeah, the 2024 Brownlow medalist, Errol Gulden. I love the whip at the end.
Yeah, it's nice.
He's had 30 plus in 4 of his last 5. He's kicked 5 goals in the 5 games. He had 42 and 2 against the Ds. 30 plus is $2.45. If you just want to knock that down a little and say, oh, he's going to kick that goal that he usually does, 25 and a goal is $2.72.
Ooh, I like that.
Nice.
I said to Stats Guy, I think we said it on the show yesterday, 33 and a goal for Errol if we want to get exacts.
Yeah.
If we can somehow get
Ring
that,
up
price that
Ladbrokes.
up, bet 365 or Ladbrokes, that'd be nice.
Tough.
First goal kicker, so I wrote this article. Charlie Curnow has kicked the first goal 8 times in the last 2 seasons for Carlton. No other
Wow.
Blue has done it more than once that's available. Matt Kennedy's done it 3 times,
Okay.
but obviously he's not playing.
Yeah. That is like, give it a Charlie.
Literally, it's like Cottrell, Martin, and a bunch of others have all done it once. It's like, let's give it a Charlie. He's only $5.75, but when you've got that record,
Whoa.
don't mind it. For the Swans, Papley's done so 7 times throughout his career. Back into the side, just imagine him just whipping around celebrating at $13. And for a big contested mark, Hayden McLean. He leads the Swans for offensive one-on-one contests. He's won 29.2% of those one-on-one contests. Only 1.2% less than Charlie this season in the forward line. Big
cool.
contested grab. He's kicked, I think it's like 9 goals won in the last month. And he's $17 to kick the first goal. So I don't mind that one
Yeah, that's all
whatsoever.
right, yeah, I don't
And we'll
mind
finish off with it's the Swans only.
Boo. Didn't know this was coded Swans Day.
Just to lean into it. Errol 30 plus, Chunley 25, Jake Lloyd 25, Mills and Florent 20, Papley and Heaney 2 plus, and McLean anytime for $114.50. If you want to throw in the Errol and Chunley goals, you can get $618.81.
Oh, why not? No.
10.
I'm
They're all gonna hit.
I'm going 3. There's a lot of things that have to happen there.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I burn with the fire of 1,000 suns at how much I hate this.
There you go.
Because I can see it happening. Oh,
That's why it's a 10.
Game pick, Carlton and under, 157.5. This is a different Carlton team, especially when they play the G at the moment. I think they have a little bit more space than they did the SCG. They're playing a lot better.
Yep.
Their forward entry
I'm
is a
worried
lot
about
better.
your last 2 weeks. We haven't mentioned about that. You were horrendous against Gold Coast, and then you
rested
got
our main dudes against GWS.
Oh, not
you
too
still
many.
got smashed by
Yeah.
you still got smashed.
That's Marvel. That was weirdest sort of track.
Oh.
Got to blow the siren on
Still
ourselves.
going Carlton under 157. I think they eke out a weird dumb win and my dad just survives. Stats guy?
Yeah, I'm Tim and Carlton, so your dad survives mainly. But also Sydney plus 12.5. I think that's one of my best bets of the weekend.
Swans
I just
the line.
can see this game being really close, pretty strong defenses. So I'll just keep it really close, low scoring. So yeah, Carlton. I'd like the Carlton and under as well.
I can see Carlton choking under the pressure. Like
I can see that as well.
all the
100%.
pressure's on Carlton. Everyone's expecting them
Yeah,
just to
that's
come
why I
out
don't
and
mind
win.
seeing it at the
But it's
line.
so funny. All the Carlton fans are like, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. So
100%.
it's like either way, whatever happens, Carlton fans hate everything.
True.
I'm going to go with the Swans. I think their form over the last month has been better.
Yeah, Carlton even can't just be happy to be here.
Yeah.
Like,
You're just nervous.
we're just like, this sucks. Why do we
literally.
even make the finals? I hate
It
it.
literally is. It's like, oh my God, if we don't win the season's a failure. It's like, guys,
We
first
made the
time in
finals.
10
We
years.
just
Like,
made
come
it.
on.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's building.
We should just be happy we made it.
I agree.
After 80 beers, that's what I'll be saying on Friday.
It's so funny though. All the Swans guys are like, yeah, look, we're here. Don't know how, but if we win, sick. If not, oh well.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.